You want to solve this country's debt problem? Focus more on having the rich pay more and less cutting programs for the poor and middle class. Joining me now is Senator Bernie Sanders, independent from Vermont. Today, he joined other lawmakers telling Congress to wake up and protect entitlements in debt deal negotiations. Senator, thank you for coming on the show tonight.
My pleasure, Al.
Why do Republicans continue to attack Medicare and Social Security when taxes seem to be the real issue?
Well, they want to distort the reality facing the American people and what the debt crisis is all about. George Bush got us into 2 wars. He forgot to pay for them. He gave huge tax breaks to the wealthiest people in this country, no offset. He passed a prescription drug Medicare Part D program, forgot to negotiate prices with the pharmaceutical industry, didn't pay for that. Wall Street caused this terrible, terrible recession, massive unemployment, less revenue coming into the federal government. And now, with that as the background, as the true background, what our Republican friends see is an opportunity with the deficit and national debt so high is to start shifting the blame and say, well, we have this terrible deficit. We've got to destroy Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. We've got to cut back on education, the environmental
And it's not even fiscally sound, Senator. Let me show you. When they talk about, well, we're doing this, reduce the deficit, if you just reduce the corporate jet tax loophole, you would generate $460 million a year. If you cut the wasteful spending programs that they're proposing, you'd only cut $456 million a year. If they really were just talking numbers and deficit, they would really cut more by just closing the corporate jet tax loopholes than programs that they're talking about are wasteful, which you and I would argue are not wasteful at all. So it doesn't even make mathematical sense what they're saying.
Well, you're right, Al. But here's what is very, very interesting, Al, is that all across the country, the American people are coming together on what a sensible deficit reduction plan is about. And all of the polls say the exact same thing. The American people, whether they are Republicans, Democrats, independents, conservatives, progressives, they say that when the wealthiest people are doing phenomenally well, when their effective tax rate has gone down, you got to ask the wealthy to pay more in taxes. The American people are saying when you have these huge corporate loopholes, so the companies make billions of dollars in a given year and pay nothing in federal income tax, you got to close those loopholes. And the American people, whether you're Tea Party or progressive, are also saying, do not cut Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. So we have a plan out there. The American people want deficit reduction, but they want it in a way that is fair and responsible. And I certainly hope that the super committee, Republicans and Democrats, are listening to what the vast majority of the people want.
A letter of 72 House Republicans was sent to the super committee today saying they won't accept any tax hikes or new revenue under any circumstances. We also see that we're told that the Republican leadership secretly pledged to Grover Norquist to protect tax breaks. These things are the problem that keeps the situation unfair and unequal moving forward. We've got to break that if we're going to move forward.
What that is about is why the Republican right-wing ideology is literally a fringe ideology. Nobody in America, except the leadership of the Republican Party, thinks that you should give more tax breaks to the rich and then cut Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Now, my hope is that the Democrats this time stand tall and that they defend working families in this country. And they say, sorry, enough is enough. Yeah, the wealthy are going to have to pay more in taxes. And if you guys are not prepared to do that, we're going to go to the American people and expose you for what you are.
Senator Bernie Sanders, thanks for being with us tonight. Ahead, we told you about the conflicts of interest of Justices Thomas and Scalia and what they face in the health care challenge. What Republican Senator Jeff Sessions is saying, is it an attempt to deflect from that? And Rick Perry's